Okay, Lennon, I do the Olympic, or Tails, I do the partner. Okay. Lennon it is, so Olympic. So here is the Olympic S, new old stock apparently. Managed to fix the keyboard. The spacebar was a little stuck. Feels decent enough. Yeah. So I don't know how well the character legends will. There is a lot on each key, really, that they have squeezed in. So it looks like we've got a reset. We've actually got a reset button there. Symbol shift. We don't have any extend. There's caps shift. So I'm going to have to read the instructions to see how to get, for example, we've got P, we've got print. I don't know what the vertical's for. This one here, we've got poke, out, peak, semicolon, Cyrillic O, and Latin O, all in the one key. We've got black, delete, letters. Okay. Cursor keys. So it's the Olympic S, Olimpik S, made in the Olymp factory or something, I guess. And that looks like a 95, doesn't it? Looks like a 95 date code, I would say. So, again, Olympic S on there. So the one thing with all these different Soviet Spectrums is they don't have standard expansion ports. They're all different. So what have we got? This is a BL, is it BL? Let's have a look on here. What have we got? Oh no, BP. So we've got a BP. We've got a D, and I can never remember that one there. D. And what's this one here? That is Sir TV. Okay, so this is TV. So I assume maybe RGB. This is expansion, obviously. What this is MG, so magnetic, maybe. So this will be the cassette, perhaps. I'm sure I'll be corrected in the comments. And space for another expansion there. That is crossed out in the manual. Let's have a look. So there we go there. So that's crossed out. Number 6 is crossed out. Okay. There's the power supply. So I'm not going to assume, again, they're all 5-pin DINs. I'm not going to assume what is what. I'm not going to assume even that it's the same pinout as the Santaka. So let's pull it apart. So one thing I have noticed is that they like the flathead. They do not like Phillips head in Soviet computers. So yeah, flathead only. So I don't know what that is. Anyway, let me finish this off. Okay, 5 screws are removed. Okay, looks like keyboard is attached to the top part. Okay, alright, that's what I thought. There is this additional, I don't know, it looks like it's actually been kind of like plastic melted, so it's not really a proper screw. But that seems to be stopping it from opening up. Yeah, there's definitely something in the middle here. You know, maybe it is just the security gunk. Or has it been plastic? Or is it like melted plastic? This might take a little bit of thinking. Okay, it is another screw. It was just covered in that security chewing gum that they like to use. So, yeah, there's one more screw there to be taken out. Okay, let's try this again. All right, that comes up a bit better. All right. The ubiquitous white cabling that's used everywhere. And look at this. Wow. You can actually pull it off. Yay. Okay, that's good. That's good. We've got our Space Invader capacitors. Okay, let's, Look at the size of these things. I like the way that's kind of touching that leg. Okay, so this one up here definitely does seem to be power. We've got some nice thick. There is space for an expansion there. Speaker. Okay. So we've got X1 up the top here. Will that come off? Okay. There's X1. This is X2. And this is X3. Okay. Keyboard is off. So, yep, okay, looks like, yeah, 95 date stamp. The usual diodes and resistors. Might replace the LED. And, look at this. Okay, this looks like a 94 on the cable loom here. Look at this, all hand numbered, and then it's all hand kind of, not hand woven, but it's all hand stitched. It's all, yeah, no cable ties here. It's all done by hand. Wow. That's how you get 100% employment, I guess, is you don't use machines. Okay. So rather standard, typical board. A couple of, okay, we've got a 93 Z80. Although I don't know, I've never seen a Z80 like that. Let's go for a closer look. So here we've got our usual Space Invader capacitors put in like that, upside down. So they look like Space Invaders. We've even got, okay, I don't know what these are. We've got two EPROMs here. KR573RF60B. Okay. 94. Okay, 93. So I don't recognise that manufacturer stamp. So I don't know. Is it a dodgy clone? So there we've got the speaker. What's that? 50 ohm. Oh, okay, 50 ohm, yeah, okay. Half a watt, maybe, half a watt. What's underneath it? Looks like we've got the crystal under there. We'll have to undo that, won't we? So there we go. So if that's power, well, I just need to figure out what's what. So if that's power, that one's power. That's TV. And that's the cassette interface. All right, let me have a look. Okay, so after some Google translating, that's obviously power supply. Then we have joystick. Then we have the TV, or RGB I think. And then we have the magnetophone, so yeah, tape, cassette output, and of course the expansion connector. So now just to figure out what the pinout is, according to the manual, every cable is connected. It doesn't actually say, it says it's 5 volts, 1.5 amps is the power supply, but it doesn't actually say which cable is which. It just has all of them connected except for one, I think. Yeah, every cable except 4 or something, or unless 4, that means 4 is ground, or that means 4 is not connected. But otherwise it's like every cable, so alright. Okay, so the power supply, so we've got pins 1, 4, 2, 3, no, 5 and 3. So 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, remember that. So checking on the Z80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 and 5 are connected together by the looks of it. And that goes to pin 11 on the Z80. Is that ground or 5 volts? I can never remember. Pin 11 is 5 volts. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 and 5 are 5 volts. And then we've got this quite thick trace here, which one assumes is ground. So that'll be pin 29, I think, of the Z80. Pin 29, yep. Actually, you can see it on here. It's quite thick trace. So that's 2. 1 and 2. And not 4. So 1 and 2 appear to be ground, but then you've got this kind of thick trace along here, okay? So that's ground, that's not. So if we so that's connected to pin 4. So what on earth is pin 4 used for then? It looks like it does go to one of the expansions. I should probably have a look on that on the expansion then. Could be, maybe it's supposed to be 9 volts, I don't know. But yeah, so 1, 2, 3. So 3 and 5 are 5 volts. 1 and 2 are ground. 1 and 2 are ground. 4 is maybe 9 volts. Let's have a look at what the documentation says. Aha, actually, it looks like it might be 12 volts. So if we look A7, 12 volts, and that's what it is. So that's what this pin 4 is. So not connected though, I assume, because it definitely does say, if I zoom out, definitely does say 5 volts, 1.5 amps. So, okay, so there's, yeah, if we have a look, I can move it over. That's where the pin 4 goes. 12 volts goes to this A7 on the expansion connector. Don't know if it goes, don't know, but yeah, it goes all the way along here to pin 4. It kind of does look like it's connected to pin 1 as well, but yeah, it's definitely pin 1 and 2 are ground. There's definitely no connection between. Yeah, there's definitely no connection between pin 1 and that. So pin 4 is 12 volts. Okay. Is there any connection for this 12 volts on? When it just beeps like that, it means I know there's some capacitance. Yeah, no, it definitely avoids all those. Okay, so can we assume maybe also that the RGB is the same? I'll just jam it in and see what happens. Let's see. Turn that on. So this side is 5 volts. That side should be ground. Let's see if it's the same. Not 4. I probably haven't joined them, have I? Okay, that's good. So 2 and 3, 5 volts. Okay. So that should work in there. Let's see. Okay, let's power it on. Hey! Okay. All right, that was the first power on. Interesting effect. Let's connect the keyboard and see if there's any difference. Okay, keyboard's connected. Let's see if that makes any difference. It does not. Power LED's on. Okay. Looks like a little bit of work might be required. Awesome. Well, the bite has been waiting long enough, and I do have the RAM tester. I've got the board available. Still got to build it. So I'll put this aside, and it will come second after the bite. The bite has been waiting long enough. But there we go. Okay, first power on. So what do you reckon? Dodgy RAM. So we'll look. Actually, have a quick see if we can spot the RAM. So I haven't, off the top of my head, because none of this labelling makes any sense, but I think it might be this KR565RU5G chips. That might be, there's 8 of those, so that could be maybe it. Just wondering if there's anything else obvious. I don't really like some of these legs. I don't think there's anything else obvious, so when in doubt, blame the RAM. Don't know if there's any other obvious shorts. Just dodgy circuit board. Okay, well anyway, so that was our first introduction. Some work required.